Hello everyone. Today your fifth class for field theory EMFT. Fifth class EMFT. Okay. So today I have to understand that the geometrical representation or physical significance, of divergence, then geometrical representation and physical significance of curl, and then if time permits then some identities are there. Okay, so first do some heading. Physical significance of or geometrical representation, whatever you can say. I am writing geometrical representation of divergence. What is divergence? Divergence is nothing but the property by which, right? Divergence is the property of any vector. Divergence is a property of any vector which determines the net outward flux of the vector field. Divergence of a vector, that means divergence determines the net outward flux of the vector field per unit volume. As the volume shrinks to zero, that means divergence of any vector. Suppose we are taking a vector, divergence of any vector, that means we are considering here a vector. This is denotation of divergence of any vector, which will be equals to what? Limit. You have to taking the limit. Why? Because we are taking the limit, the volume shrinks to zero, that means limit del v tends to zero, and net outward flux, right? So what is the definition of net outward flux? This is the definition of net outward flux. See, so actually the integration, closed surface integration, this closed surface integration determine the net outward flux. Okay, and divided by del v. What is del v? Del v tends to zero. Del v is the smallest amount of volume, or you can say some unitary amount of volume. Okay, so this term denotes as a divergence. Okay, so divergence means what? How much flux is emitting from a closed surface. Okay, so then that means how much flux or result, within bracket write result. It may be it may not be treated as a flux. Okay, it may have some result. So net outward flux, or or amount of flux within bracket write results coming out from a closed surface can be found by using the divergence. Okay, so divergence means this one. Okay, the physical significance of divergence is nothing but this one. Okay, then write divergence. If divergence is negative, then the field is said to be convergence. If divergence, that means divergence of A equals to negative, then the A vector can be taken as A vector is a convergent vector. Then the vector is said to be a convergent vector. Okay, if divergence of A equals to 0, then what happens? It means A vector is a solenoidal vector. Okay, and if divergence of A equals to positive, It is a general concept. Then a vector is said to be divergent. Divergent vector. Okay. So this is three significance of the divergence. Okay, and again I am repeating a term, divergence. Then right, you can conclude this one. Divergent of a vector results a scalar quantity. So divergence of a vector results scalar quantity. Okay, so if there is a question that the net outward flux from a closed surface, the net outward flux from a closed surface, or net outward flux per unit volume from a closed surface is represented by a vector quantity or a scalar quantity. Your answer will be the scalar quantity. Why? Because this term is nothing but a divergence of a vector. So this divergence of a vector results scalar always. Okay. So this is the significance of divergence. So now I will move to the significance of curl. Significance or geometrical representation of curl. Now curl. Okay, now write. Curl of a vector. Curl of a vector defined as the circulation of the vector field, defined as the circulation of vector field if per unit surface or area. The circulation of vector field if per unit surface or area which is enclosed by a finite volume, okay, and the surface shrinks to zero, So we are considering curl of A, that means surface shrinks to zero, it will be surface, and here you have to find the net circulation. So circulation means what? F dot closed line integration. Okay, always remember this is the total circulation. This represents total circulation. See, this curl of A means when the surface, the small amount of considerable surface is tends to zero or shrinks to zero, then with a per unit surface, what amount of circulation is taken place inside a field, vector field. Okay, so inside a vector field there is some circulation of electric flux or result. Okay, this circulation can be represented by a closed line integration F dot dl. Okay, so this closed line integration F dot dl under divided by del s, when del s limiting value del s tends to 0. So this is the vector representation or the geometrical representation of a curl. Okay, so now write, so curl, that is, then write here, that is curl represents the total circulation of the vector field inside a closed line for a finite surface, for a finite non-zero surface as shrinks to 0, for a finite non-zero surface as shrinks to 0. Okay, so this is the concept of curl. And similarly, if curl of A equals to 0 or curl of A equals to negative, then it is the negative circulation means, actually there is negative means it is a circulating, okay, anti-circulating. Vector A is anti-circulating vector. Anti-circulating vector means if the cause shows a circulation in positive direction, then the result will be in negative direction. Okay, this is the anti-circulation vector. And if curl of A equals to 0, then what happens? A is said to be irrotational vector. Irrotational vector. What is irrotational vector? Irrotational vector means when there is no rotation, when there is no circulation inside the vector field. Okay, and if curl of A equals to positive, then it is called circulating vector or rotational vector. rotational or positive rotational, or you can say positive rotational vector, or you can say positive circulating vector, only circulating vector, what are the term you can say. Okay, so next write one conclusion over here, that means curl of any vector results a vector quantity. Curl of any vector results a vector quantity. Okay, so here we can conclude that circulation shows a vector quantity and divergence shows a vector scalar quantity. Okay, so this topic up to this much, and then I have to move to some important identities. So now heading vector identities. So what are the vector identities? So first one, write divergence of gradient, grad of any scalar. Okay, so second one, curl of gradient of any scalar. Third one, divergence of curl of any vector. And fourth one, curl of any vector. Okay, so there are four identities, four important identities are there. Okay, so divergence of any gradient means what? So you have to find the divergence, dot product, and gradient means gradient of t. Okay, suppose t or a, you can write a also, whatever the first alphabet of your name you can assume. Okay, first alphabet of your name. Okay, this a is nothing but the scalar quantity. What is the scalar quantity? First I have discussed that the scalar value can be treated as a modulus of any vector, right? So modulus of any vector, so we can assume a is a vector, right? And mod of a, that means what? It can be represented only a mod of a vector equals to scalar, so you can treat it as the scalar, a as a scalar. Okay, here, so you have to find this one first, then curl of gradient. What is the curl of gradient? Curl of gradient of same scalar a. Okay, and divergence of curl means what? Divergence of curl of any vector, this suppose a vector. And last one, curl of curl. Okay, so curl of any vector. Okay, so whenever we are taking the gradient, always see the gradient of any scalar means we are taking only a, there is no vector sign. Okay, and if we say of any vector, that is curl of any vector, it will be always must have some arrow over it. Okay, overhead arrows. Okay, so let us start from first one. So divergence of gradient of a. Okay, so wait 1 minute. Okay, and let us start from the first one, basic. Okay, so let first one, divergence of gradient of t. Or okay, so let us start from the gradient. So what is the gradient? Del x of a I cap plus del. Okay, so first from the very basic, what is the nabla operator or del operator? The another name of the del operator is nabla. Okay, del or nabla, you can pronounce as nabla operator. Okay, del or nabla operator. Okay, what is the del? Del x I cap plus del y j cap plus del z k cap. Okay, this is the operator, and a is the only magnitude. A is just magnitude of vector, a vector. So actually if we consider a vector can be treated as ax I cap plus ay j cap and az k cap. Okay, suppose we are taking left this a vector equals to this one. Okay, then what is the modulus of a? Is nothing but root over of ax square plus ay square plus az square. Okay, this magnitude can be treated as just only a. So here this a means the root over of ax square ay square plus az square. Okay, so a vector a having some unique terms or unique coefficients for each of the axis directions, and the total the modulus of this vector will be root over of ax square ay square and az square. Okay, and which is taken as capital A only. So this capital A nothing but this one. Okay, so whenever we are taking the gradient over this a, then what happened? So just a can be represented, so you can write del a del x I cap plus del y or del a del y j cap plus del a del z upon k cap. Okay, so you can say this is gradient of a. Okay, this is a gradient of a. So gradient of a can be taken as suppose another vector p vector. Why? Because we know gradient of any scalar quantity results a vector. So gradient of any scalar results a vector. From here you can easily find it has some I cap, j cap and k cap. Okay, so if it is have some unique direction, then you can easily say that this p is taken as a vector, or gradient of any scalar results a vector. Okay, so this is a, suppose we are considering it is a p vector. Okay, so now you have to again find this gradient over this p. Okay, so what is now you have to find gradient over p. What is the gradient over p? So gradient means what? Dot product, right? Gradient means, sorry, divergence means this is called divergence of p vector. Okay, or divergence of this one. Okay, divergence means dot product with the nabla operator, right? Or del operator. Dot product with del operator or nabla operator. So making a dot product, del a del x I cap plus del a del y j cap plus del a del z k cap. Okay, so making it has a dot product. So dot product means what? I cap dot I cap will be 1, j cap dot j cap will be 1, k cap dot k cap will be 1, and rests are 0. So del x of del a del x, right, plus del y of del a del y, right, and similarly del z of del a del z, right. So no I cap j cap k cap will present. Okay, so now what will be the answer? So see, this one is a double time derivative, double time partial derivative. Okay, so del 2 del x2 of a plus del 2 del y2 of a plus del 2 del z2 of a. Okay, so if we take common a over here, then it will be del 2 del x2 plus del 2 del y2 plus del 2 del z2 over a. So this term is called Laplacian. Okay, this is called Laplacian. Always remember, this is called Laplacian. Laplacian, Laplacian of any scalar a. Okay, so what is the Laplacian? From here you can say it is the term Laplacian. Okay, so now write one sentence over under this statement, under this completion. So write Laplacian is a tool which acts on a scalar quantity. Laplacian is a tool which acts on a scalar quantity, to find the second partial derivatives of the scalar, value with respect of each direction separately. Okay, so that is right, del 2a equals to this one. So you have to write one statement, one sentence or one expression, del 2a equals to this one. Okay, just write this one, del 2a equals to this one. So Laplacian, if you have a question, in your exam, what is Laplacian? 1 marks question, okay? Then you have to answer this one. Laplacian is a useful tool to find which acts on a scalar quantity to represent the second time partial derivatives of this of the scalar value with respect of each direction separately. And write del 2a equals to del x, del 2 del x2 and del 2 del y2 and del 2 del z2 of a. Okay, it has no vector quantities, so it is a scalar value. So Laplacian of any scalar represents what? Laplacian of any scalar, write again one sentence you have to write. Laplacian of any scalar represents a scalar. Laplacian of any scalar represents scalar. Okay, so this is your first identity is completed. Okay, so I will move to curl of gradient of any scalar. Okay, so now second one, curl of gradient of scalar. So gradient of scalar last I have already find. Gradient of scalar means del x I cap plus del a del y j cap plus del a del z k cap. Okay, or you can say it can be represented by a p vector. Okay, so now curl of this p vector. What is the curl of the p vector? You can take a determinant I cap, j cap, k cap, del del x, del del y, del del z. Okay, and here it will be del a del x, del a del y, del a del z. Okay, so if you multiply this one, then what will be the answer? Okay, see, if we multiply this one, so I cap, taking I cap as a common, del del y of this one, del del y of del a del z. Okay, minus del del z of del a del y. Okay, minus j cap, what will be the answer? So del del x of del a del z. Okay, and minus del del z of del a del x. Okay, and plus k cap into del del x of this one and this one of del del x of del a del y minus del del y of del a del x. Okay, so now from here you can see that del 2 del y del z, and here del 2 del y del z. Okay, del 2 del y del z, del 2 del z del y. That means from the partial derivative concept, if we have del x del y, which will be equals to del 2 del y del x. Okay, it follows the associative law, so they are same. Okay, so they are cancel out themselves. Similarly, del x del z cancel out themselves, del x del y cancel out themselves, so it have zero magnitude. Okay, it have zero magnitude. Okay, so but this zero, over this zero I have put a vector sign. Why? Because this vector sign, because the curl of any vector results a vector quantity. Okay, so obviously this zero have some vector quantity, so this zero means a zero. What is the zero meaning? 0 I cap, 0 j cap plus 0 k cap. Okay, or you can say zero vector. Okay, or this zero vector is called null vector. Always remember, it is a null vector. It is a null vector. So what is null vector? So one question, same question you can ask this type of null vector means null vector is a vector quantity which have zero magnitude in all the directions. So null vector is a vector which have a zero magnitude in all the directions. Okay, and can be found by using curl of any gradient of any scalar. So always remember, curl of gradient of any scalar results a null vector. Okay, so this is our conclusion. Curl of gradient of any scalar. Curl of gradient of any scalar results null vector. Okay, so here it is Laplacian, here it is null vector. Okay, so next day I will continue from these two. Okay, divergence of curl of any vector and curl of any vector. Okay, so today's class up to this much. Thank you.